Today, we are checking out the G Eazy allegations are horrifying. I never really followed G Eazy too much myself, but he was my cousin's favorite rapper for a while. Looks like there's a little controversy or drama surrounding him. So let's go on and check it out.
G Eazy just got accused of some really horrific things right before he was set to go on tour. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this G Eazy situation. A couple of years ago, G Eazy made a grave mistake, and that grave mistake has led to pretty serious allegations and hit pieces being made about him right now. And the grave mistake he made was rejecting a woman that he wasn't interested in.
Okay, since G Eazy's going on tour, I have a story time about him.
Interesting.
And to this day, I don't know if I got treated that way because I was black or because I was ugly. I still don't know. So I lived in Tampa, Florida at the time, and we used to go to this place called Water, WTR, all the time. And he was having a show there. This was like 2021, I think in like August. I went, I met up with a bunch of friends. We all got drunk, da-da-da. G Eazy went on. I was your fangirl. I mean it. You know, your girl stuck my I mean it. And I was up there like, woo, woo, woo. I was recently single too, and I said, I want to go in the VIP booth with G Eazy. I asked my friend Willie, I'm like, yo, how the I get in there? He's drunk as He's like, I don't know, but I'll walk you up there. So he like walks me up there, like where the security guard is. He leaves, he's drunk as I go up to security guard and I'm like, yo, how can I get in this VIP? I'm new to the game. I was like just like getting into like being a hot girl. I didn't know the game. Me and the security guard kikiing, and he thought I was funny. I've always been funny. All ends up, I give him $50 so he can let me into VIP. Whatever. So I get in. I ended up talking to the girls, like the girls I was making friends with the girlies. G Eazy comes into VIP now. I'm starstruck, right? I'm starstruck. I'm looking at him. He's like saying hi to all the girls. I'm trying to act cool. I'm trying, you know, like not look at him, like sip my drink and like not look at him and stuff. And then he comes over. He says hi to my friend. I guess they had like known each other before. And then he looks at me and he does this. He goes, walks away. When I say humbled, at that time, humbled, I said, it was my villain arc. It was like where I was like,
You know, that's some sort of entitlement if you feel that way, if somebody don't automatically just holler at you. I mean, maybe she used to it her whole life, but not everybody gotta holler at you. What's so bad about this?
oh, I ain't that yet.
Her name is not important. The only thing you really need to know about this woman is her entire content is how much of a hoe she is and how she's so hot that men with blue checks want her, but she doesn't want them. But she's so thirsty that they are inboxing her that she screenshots every message from a blue check and posts it on her Instagram for validation. That's all you need to know about her, right? But apparently, G Eazy, not thinking she was attractive or fine, was her villain origin story to be one of the greatest human pieces of you-know-what online.
Oh, I need to get finer. And not to say that G Eazy is fine. At that time, I was obsessed with him. Now I know, cornball. He always was looking like SpongeBob when he went to prom. Like, cornball. But now I know, you know what I mean? Like, I would never.
That's low-key crazy how you can holler at a woman and if she don't like you, she finna call you a cornball. But then you could not holler at a woman, and because you didn't holler at you, or you didn't holler at her, she finna call you a cornball. And it's definitely not all women, it's just certain women, but it's just kind of funny how that works. Really, it's just up to, does she think you a cornball or not? It don't matter what you finna do. What just happened? Did I just get hit with a my battery? Shout out Dio. All right, I don't even remember what I was saying. Let's get back to it.
Sick of it again. Now I'm the that puts on blast for being in my DMs and being cornballs. Like, I'm so honored to be here now. And like, thank God G Eazy didn't do anything with me back then. I feel like I needed that. Sometimes you need to be sat on your ass because you need to make moves that are in other directions. But and like I said, to this day, I don't know if it was because I was the only girl of color. There was an Asian girl. There was one Asian girl there. So to this day, I don't know if it was because I was of color or if I was ugly. Easy to the day I like legit lost a true down fan because of that day, because of the way he treated me that day. You. Don't be a stank ass. Don't be a stank ass. Okay? Because karma gonna eat your ass up.
This might be out of my wheelhouse. I can't begin to imagine what goes on in the mind of a groupie. But I would imagine what took place here is in her little town, in the little community she's from, right? In her community of 4s and 5s, she's probably top notch, right? She probably rise to the cream of the crop of 5s. But when she goes to interact with somebody who has seen a world, who's well-traveled, who have women flaunting over him, that man looks at her as if she's weak. And she's never been told she's weak. And she don't measure up before. But, and again, I can understand how that might hurt the ego of a young, aspiring groupie. But under no circumstances, all right, should that be the reason why you still hold a vendetta years later, so spiteful that you're willing to destroy this man's life because he didn't find you attractive? This is new levels of psychotic. I've never in my life seen anything like this before. So because G Eazy rejected her, she dropped this video speaking on G Eazy rejecting her. So then after she dropped this video, other women began to send her, I guess, testimonies of their interaction with G Eazy. And with zero vetting, zero research, zero investigation whatsoever into any of these claims, as far as she knows, it could be random faceless trolls damning her made up stories. She went on her Instagram with hundreds of thousands of followers and dropped videos that did millions of views accusing G Eazy of horrific things.
So I came out with a story time yesterday about G Eazy, about how he looked me up and down and I couldn't tell if it was because I was black or because I was ugly. Well, we've decided it was none of that, because G Eazy is not racist, he loves black girls, and I wasn't ugly. But that is the least interesting thing about what I'm about to tell you. Trigger warning, sexual assault. I had about 19 people DM me stories about this man. Unprovoked, I did not ask for these stories, so I'm about to read you for legal purposes. These are alleged. I, however, believe all women, but for legal purposes, these are all alleged.
Do y'all see how disgusting this is? So you dropped a story where conveniently in this story, you are talking about your villain origin story and how you hate this man because he rejected you. And then a day later, you get 19 women DM you. 1 day later. Right? Stories about G Eazy essaying him. First off, like, that number seems random as hell. Secondly, you don't see anything problematic with random women on the internet I have zero history with. I don't know from a can of paint. I can't even confirm if these women are actual human beings.
You know what's crazy? Nowadays, you can reject a woman and then she's going to try to ruin your life. Or just get mad at you for it. It's like nowadays, and again, this ain't all women, but nowadays, women are like the old school New York dudes. You know, they'll try to holler at a shorty on the street. Hey yo, what's your name? Ooh, whatever. And then once they reject them, they start calling them ugly. They're, oh, that's why you ugly. Which I always thought was stupid. But now the women are doing this. Except instead of just saying you ugly and insulting you, they finna try to put out allegations on you. Dang. It's a dangerous world out here, man.
Sending me messages of accounts of events that I have not investigated, I have not vetted, I have not done not an iota of research on, but I'm going to plaster it to my audience while telling them we believe all women. So everything they're saying, take it as the truth, while simultaneously saying, hey, listen, man, I don't want to get sued. So allegedly, you is going to get your karma, bro.
Pay attention, okay?
Flacco, man.
Yo, I'm from the Bay. He went to Berkeley High with my friends, and he's a total cokehead loser. Feel free to tell everyone. I was a guest of ASAP Ferg, and this is when they went on tour together. I want to say it was 2016, 2017. Anyway, Ferg and I were friends, and I was at this after party, and G Eazy came up to me, and like 3 of my white girlfriends, he was so aggressively nobody. And this cornball tried kicking me out of the party because I called him out for being a cornball when he treated me poorly. I was amongst like 4 women of color at this party. Yeah, it worked out though, because Ferg's people are like, they're like, no, she's good, she's a guest. Hated G Eazy ever since. Not going to hold you. I saw your post about G Eazy, and I will tell you he's a weirdo. I'm from a town near him, like 45 minutes away, and in California, that's not far. And my best friend went to the same high school as him, and she was a sophomore. He was a senior type. Girl, he's one of those grown-ass men that lingers around the high school after he graduated, like around 2021-ish. He was like kicking it with high schoolers, still like full on smoke circles. Me and my bestie had to hit refresh in our minds because why the you don't hang out with adults? And in the group of children, he deadass would act hot. Mind you, in Oakland, there's plenty of actual dope-ass rappers, and this man is still riding the Tumblr girl wave. I don't know. I've just always had weird energy from dude, but low-key some of his music. I hooked up with him and he assaulted me. He's a terrible person. Ripped all of my clothes off of my body and left me there alone to figure out how to get home, naked. I asked her when this was. She said maybe 4 years ago in 2021, 2022. He's an absolute piece of everyone seems to have similar stories. They came into the penthouse NOLA one night and sat in a VIP section. Girls were coming and going, which I thought was kind of strange. They weren't throwing money. They were literally in there to solicit girls to be their third for the night, and literally no one wanted to go home with them, so they left. With no money in hand. Yes, he's sick. Him and his manager trapped me and my friend on their tour bus when we were 19, and his manager essayed my friend, then told her to not speak of it because he had a wife.
I'm not here to defend G Eazy. I'm not here to tell you these allegations are true or they're false. That's not my place. What I am here to say is there's something really and disturbingly wrong with somebody finding glee and joy in revealing and exposing unvetted SA allegations on somebody who is a notable public figure because that public figure rejected him. The amount of glee she has reading this, and
I'm wondering, why was this a response from all these people to this lady based off of her just putting out a video saying that G Eazy rejected me? Was it just because she said he's a cornball and they wanted to just say he was a cornball too and then decided to just start throwing this stuff out there? And also, let's be clear. I don't like Flacco just said, I'm not defending G Eazy necessarily either because I don't know what happened. And knowing the music industry, a lot of stuff happens like this. A lot of stuff, especially the one about the tour bus. A lot of stuff be happening in the music industry that's just downright demon technology. But this is unvetted. Like, these things have to be taken seriously if you're really gonna call somebody out about this. Like, you gotta really prove your case with it. So, but I'm just still stuck on how did just saying, oh, G Eazy rejected me lead to, oh, he did this and that to me. He, violated me. How did this, like, how does that just spark up out of this? It's a strange world we live in nowadays, man.
Smiling. If these things is true, if these women.
And why are they telling the girl? Go tell the police or something. Why are they telling this girl on Instagram? We got our priorities messed up, bro.
Women went through this. If G Eazy was in his 20s coming back and messing with like sophomores in high school, then this should have been forwarded to the police. It should have. If those 19-year-olds were essayed on his tour bus, it should have went to the police. But don't tell me he told you not to speak about it, so you kept quiet, but now you feel comfortable telling the world with 700,000 followers, but not the police. It doesn't make sense whatsoever.
It's crazy.
But the amount of glee that she gets from reading this, it's disturbing. And nobody should support this behavior. If those women are truly victims, tell them go get the help. Go put G Eazy in prison if what he did is true.
Girl, this man is a coke vampire in 2017. Literally would be at parties like Count Cocula.
Count Cocula is funny.
Girl literally came into a room at a house party and he looked like this. Okay. Girl, okay. So I'm from the Bay. In high school, G Eazy, aka Gerald, was big when I was a junior in high school. All the white idolized him, would crash his kickbacks in Oakland, etc. Anyways, he was underage girls, allegedly. And I went to college. My roommate confirmed she knew a 17-year-old who him after one of his performances out in the Bay. Anyways, he was too grown to be with and hanging with 17-year-olds. Weird ass. I don't know how old he was in 2013, but we were all like 16, 17 at the time. I looked it up. He was 28, 29 in 2013. Screaming. Me too. Girl, I was in one of his music videos before COVID started, and he kept making out with the BG and the porn stars that were on set during scenes and in between. Then tried to call me over to him. I shook my head so fast, he looks at me and goes, no. And I'm like, nah. He got so offended. So I don't have a super detailed story about him, but
That reminded me of that meme or that little clip that was viral a few years ago. The dude had the skateboard in his hand. He on the phone. So no head? And broke his skateboard. Random, okay.
I've been around him with this guy I was dating that was his creative director. He has tiny feet and did a lot of blow. Unimpressed, to be honest. My friend's roommate in college, and he went on this college tour in 2013, and wham bam, chlamydia immediately. A girlfriend of mine met him as a minor at like 17, and still to this day his assistant will hit her up when he's in town. I've actively been with her and when she's received a text. I saw some TikTok where he said that this was his move. When we were at an AVN after party, he was staring at me from across the room for like 10 minutes, geeked, leaning, comes over with his friend, doesn't speak to me, still staring, still not in this dimension, leans over, asks if I wanted to bathroom. Like, not cute. As an opening line, a few weeks later, the girl I was seeing is in his music video and hooks up with him. We broke up. She reaches out and says she had the clap from him time-wise, and I texted that he had sex with a rapper without a condom, which was a dick move of me. But him, everybody knows he's gross. Look at Tana Mojo's story of him knowing her, and her friends were 16. But yeah, my joke is still, he tried to with the clap thing. But yeah, that first line of his, but yeah, my joke is still, he tried to with the clap thing. But yeah, that
What's
first
going
line
on?
has really pissed me off because he said it as if he thought it was romantic, like I saw on TikTok, like I saw it on some TikTok interview or something. But that's his move. He just stares at girls to make them feel special. It worked until I realized he was needing a focal point to stand up straight. I had a coworker who swore he raped her friend after roofing them after a show.
Her even being involved in these quote unquote victims' testimonies just damn near smeared the credibility of all of it.
Facts.
If these women would have came out void of her and would have just came out and published their own testimonies without her, then they would probably have been treated differently. They probably would have been given, like more attention, more credible eyes. But because they went through her, and her initial video was essentially her being upset that G Eazy didn't find her attractive or didn't want to take her home and bang her lights out. So she's upset that G Eazy didn't want to F her. It's absurd, right? And these allegations to me are very, very, very serious. Very serious. And if they weren't presented by her, they would have been taken seriously. Now, if anything they're saying is true, hopefully they go to the proper channels and the proper authorities and get the help they need. But going through this lady right here is not the right choice, man.
Also, another thing is, if they did want like justice to G Eazy, if he actually did these things, why are they saying like, okay, don't include my handle, don't identify me if I tell you this stuff? Then how is the problem even going to be solved? You just wanted to talk to some girl about it on IG? I mean, hey, if they just wanted to talk, then all right, cool. But I just want to talk to a random stranger that just got denied by this man. It's just not adding up. It's just not adding up. Go get a therapist or something. Like, don't talk to no IG influencer. They ain't for that be able to help you out with nothing.
Is not the right. Nobody is taking your allegations seriously. If you go through somebody who has admitted they have a lifelong vendetta against somebody because they didn't want to have sex with them. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do y'all think about this?
That's wild. Yeah, so I mean, honestly, at first glance, I'm not a person that'll just completely not believe somebody if they if they make accusations of getting abused in such ways or something like that. But when it's strictly on social media and it's a bunch of nameless people that you can't even link nothing to or whatever, it comes with a grain of salt. I take it with a grain of salt in that case. Because, I mean, it doesn't make sense. And it literally, like, because the original poster, the original girl that posted this, she was already reaching. She was like, this reminded me of that time that, who was it? That shorty that was on America's Next Top Model. She ran into Blackboy Max and he didn't know who she was. And then she said she asked him for a kiss on camera right there on stream. And he said, nah, I gotta get up out of here. He said no and rejected her and then removed himself from the situation. And then she went on a whole tirade online saying that she was, I think she was even threatening to like bring in legal action and calling him all types of names and stuff, saying he was whack and broke and all types of stuff. just because he didn't want to kiss her, this random stranger, live on camera on stream, it doesn't make sense. Stop doing it. Stop doing that. If you get rejected by a man, take it on the chin. You know how often this happens to us? We're used to it. You get rejected all the time. Brush it off. More chances. But women got to get out their feelings if it comes to that. And the ones of y'all that ain't doing that, kudos to you. Kudos to you. Y'all keeping it alive. So yeah, I don't understand it. This all, I don't see this even going anywhere. As long as G Eazy keeps quiet and doesn't add any energy towards this situation, he'll be fine. He ain't got nothing to worry about. Cause this is already just looking, I mean, it looks like a load of hoopla. At first glance, it looks like a load of hoopla. And if I happen to be mistaken and G Eazy was actually doing these things that he's been accused of, then I am sorry. Then I am sorry, and I will retract all statements. But until then, this just looks like a bunch of garbage. Get away from me. But hey, hopefully all is well for everybody. If G Eazy did it, hopefully he gets justice. If he didn't do it, hopefully somebody shuts these women up. But with that being said, let me know y'all thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear y'all thoughts. I'd love to chop it up with y'all, respond to all the comments. If you like the video, hit me with a like and subscribe. It really helps. And you can keep in touch with me. You know where to find me. But that's all we got for this video. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, stay up, stay blessed. Peace out.